Welcome, ladies and gents. Another great article from That Park Place. Would recommend you find it linked down below. But this is fascinating. So, the Walt Disney Company's own risk assessment reveals that they no longer value expertise. Interesting. I mean, we kind of get that anyway from the products which are coming out and their awful budgetary sort of handling of things. And this follows up from a previous video I did where they literally admitted that the fans have completely dumped them. They know full well that what they put out isn't what the fans like. They did blame people though. They literally said, well, it's because of, tastes have changed. What? No, it's Disney. You changed, mate. So, it's quite interesting to look at these bits and pieces and just kind of read, I guess the business landscape and how they view things, because it goes to show the inner culture. When I've been running my podcast, the Hcast, Tuesdays and Thursdays, a lot of people have said, do you think that they can be saved? And I said, my go-to answer is always no, because they'd have to get rid of the rot at the core of Disney. And this is the same kind of thing. This adds more weight to those kind of things, to be fair. So let's take a look. So this was all from the Walt Disney Company's Form 10K. And there was a lot of stuff in it. There was a lot of stuff. A hell of a lot of stuff. Now, again, it's expertise that's the issue. And that's how they've, what they've worded in this 10K form is their expertise and its effect on the bottom line and on expectations thereof. So the issue that they say need to stress is that as much as all of us and everyone out there stresses how much Disney has traditionally been about kids, the simple truth is Walt never forgot it's that kids have no money to spend. So you have to appeal to parents as well. And there might be some kids that like watching this stuff, but the parents have switched off. So yeah, so it's not just about parents, it's about grandparents as well. And that's why another reason, they're not doing that great. The parks aren't doing that great. There's lots of discounts everywhere. So, you've got to appeal to everyone. You've got to appeal to grandparents, parents, kids, every single person. Kids don't have money. They're not going to pay for a Disney Plus subscription. Obviously. Of course. So, again, the 10K admissions, right? In terms of that, there is Walt Disney talks about the risk that they might, in effect, be guessing wrong on what people will like, agree, and buy. They're putting aside the fact that their judgment of such things has been a core ability, talent, principle of their entire enterprise, going back to Walt. This is true, because Walt Disney, as much as Rachel Zegler slammed Snow White, they bet everything on Snow White. That was their first feature. It was what made Disney what it is. And so they were really, they were quite smart on sort of tapping into what people believe. So, not so good anymore. But anyway, in effect, what people, be they customers, guests, or licensees, or investors, or business partners, even with Chi-Coms, pay them for is that ability to judge what will be accepted and supported commercially by their market. They've forgotten that they're a business. Ultimately, they have consistently forgotten that they're a business. So if they're now saying, A, we make choices based on what we believe in, not what we think customers will buy, and B, we might be wrong, and mightily so, in those choices, and C, so what, we believe in them, and now sit down and shut up and don't judge us rationally based on our reputation of success in making those choices in a way that paid off in the past, because D, it's a brave new world, we're leading it, get in step or get out of the way. And if the customers don't buy the food, it's their fault, we've got new ones. All 12 of them. So this perfectly encompasses their stance. I mean, they literally say, we make choices based on what we believe in. They talk about an agenda, like their social agenda. It's like, you shouldn't have a social agenda, you're a business. So in other words, in terms of, sold by the company to do to do to those back it is their ability. Based on experience and track record to obtain and keep that attention span, Disney's Flop Fest this year and last year shows that they've lost or thrown away that ability, and their risk warnings say they're aware of it, and that's what that form was all about, which is just incredible. It's insane. So it's not much of a grown-up attitude for a major multi-billion-dollar for-profit, that's important to note, for-profit public company to take. And people have just completely checked out. They're not interested. Not by any stretch of the imagination. There used to be a description of this kind of attitude that this individual's parents' generation coined well and still holds true. It is told in the form of the parents who go to see the school band in a big parade because their son plays oboe in it, and watching as the multitude of gleamingly uninformed bandsfolk march down Main Street, proudly proclaim with big smiles, "Look, everybody's out of step, but our Johnny." Oh dear, oh dear. And so this is the thing, you know, they literally are not interested in listening to expertise, and it was this 10k form business. But this is a big form. It's a lot, as you can see. It is a lot to look into. It's a hell of a lot. But the main take home from that form, and again, what this article highlights, it does a really good job, obviously, you know, in article format and anecdotally, is that they're more specifically focused now on the message, right? The message is first and foremost. And that was very clear as day in that form when they start talking about their agenda. They're literally their social agenda that they have. I mean, that's staggeringly insane to me. And because they're so focused on that, so just innately focused on it for some bizarre reason, they aren't interested. And you know what this all goes back to? If you've stayed this long, by the way, kudos to you. Because this is just a chit-chatty video. It's a Sunday, give me a break. But what this all goes back to, ladies and gents, is DEI money, ESG money. And that's why they're able to do this. Or they believe they're able to do this. I do hazard a guess that they think, or thought, that they'd be able to push this message to a point where people would then just swallow it down and accept it. And that ESG money that they get pumped into their business would kind of make up for the shortfall. But I think they're now, hopefully now, realising, as per these reports, anyway, these forms, these filings, is that actually they're fucked. Because that ESG money doesn't pick up the shortfall and people aren't changing their mind. So this article is just a jump off point for a wider conversation, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. They don't value expertise. They're intent on this message. Unless they change, and you know what, I want them to change. I'd like good movies again. It will just continue down this path. So anyway, the flop fest that is Disney, ESG and DEI. Let me know what you think though. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Cheers guys. Take care. Bye bye now.